Similar also then for note numbers. If it was here note XX from before, it would have been highlighted, whereas now because an actual 24 value has been inserted, that will unhighlight the actual feature and then return it into its normal stylization. And then lastly, just one of the other things that the system does accommodate for specifically is comments or commentary. So what will happen there in particular would be that in this case, I've got here, Mohammed, please look at this. I've got square brackets surrounding it. So in your input, if you want to, other than making use of X's, that's placeholders, if you want to highlight a very specific word, a phrase, a sentence, or an entire paragraph, or even figures, what you can just do is just incorporate that into a starting square bracket and a finishing square bracket. And once that's done in the input, as a result, the output would then be highlighted for you. All right. And like I've pointed out on figures, the same thing. Maybe if it's not such a confirmed figure at that stage and you would like at least to have some sort of emphasis on it, what you can go and do is on your input, just insert the square brackets on the figure, and that in turn will also just highlight on your output for you. And then just lastly, from an highlighting perspective, in Excel, you could obviously work with all the various formulas that's associated within Excel. And from time to time, what the system does do there is at least show divisions by zero or hash references or hash names or any of those error-prone messages. In other words, within Excel where a value is no longer available because it's got no reference associated to it. So if that was the case, what the system would do, it will then, as opposed to recognizing the 32,000 within the input, it will then see a hash ref because there's obviously something wrong with the calculation. And that hash ref will be highlighted in a green color within your output, just so that you could spot and see there is definitely an error, somewhere, and that error needs to be fixed on the calculation side of things. All right, so that pretty much covers all the other types of features from an output perspective that one can utilize within the system and make use of.